Mexican immigrant students face many challenges when learning in the United States, especially if they know little English. Some of the other challenges they may face are their home life situation, as well as the amount of education that their parents have received. English learners often struggle to read literature in English because it is cultural bound. This means many of the resources they use to learn only represent mainly one-sided culture in the United States. The English language also contains idiomatic expressions. An example of an idiomatic expression would be that Henry has cold feet when walking down the diving board. To an American student, this might mean that Henry is nervous when walking down the diving board. However, to an immigrant student, this would mean that they would take this expression more literally, that he actually has cold feet. This is why it is important for teachers to focus more on form and less on meaningful expression and ideas. Science classes can also become more intimidating because of the complex sentence structure within the textbooks. This is why it is important to continue to focus more on the vocabulary form before introducing these complex sentence structures to Mexican immigrant students. Social study classes can also make Mexican immigrant students feel distant because of the information and the lack of prior knowledge that they have. The slides in the workshop will show how to incorporate some of Mexican culture into the classroom in order for them to feel more comfortable when learning. Teachers can also use a theoretical framework to incorporate Mexican culture into the classroom, which the following slides will show you how to do. A study of teachers in Guadalajara, Mexico, focused on students' critical thinking, which gave them lots of success when teaching their students. It is important to use questions such as, "Now explain to me. Can you think of anything else? And who can help us?" As with all students, it is important for Mexican immigrant students to feel welcome within the classroom. However, it is important to also continue to have high expectations. Mexican immigrant students have been seen to perform better when expectations are not lowered. Teachers in Mexico, in a science class study, used phrases such as, "Your graph will likely look better than mine, and I expect that your plan will be really thought out." Teachers in the US also need to be aware of cultural and conversation boundaries that might be different in the culture in Mexico rather than they are in the United States. For instance, conversation boundaries are different in Mexico when students are able to collaborate and ask questions almost whenever they want. However, in the United States, you might see that students need to raise their hand more to ask a question. Rather than getting frustrated in a classroom, it is important to continue to accept that these cultural differences and accommodate them and teach them in a slow and careful manner.